Hello.
Oh, hello, Alexa. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Here for the Ultimate Fighter. Just got to ask you, what was your reaction to getting the opportunity to be a coach on the show?
I love it. I love challenge. So when I had this offer and this opportunity, I said, of course, I'm going to do this.
And I mean, just what are kind of some of those challenges you expect as a coach? Obviously, a different dynamic going from champion, staying champion, but then also coaching at the same time a group of people.
Well, it's different, of course. I have this goal that I want all my team to win. Of course, it's going to be tough because I know that they are having one opportunity, just one, the biggest opportunity to be part of the UFC. So I know the huge and how big this is for each one of them. So I'm committed to give my best for them to win.
Absolutely. And do you expect kind of any tension between you and Valentina throughout the season? Because that's kind of the fun part, of watching the coaches, how they interact together, so much time around each other. It's different for opponents. I mean, obviously you guys are experienced, having fought twice now, but you think that'll be weird at all?
I mean, it's different when you are just in the fight week, crossing path with your opponent. But this will be different. It's going to be a few weeks, a lot of trainings, but I don't know. It just depends. if the show requires, of course I think we will.
And I mean, what has the preparation been like, preparing to fight her again a third time, so familiar at this point? Do you have changed much, or is it just kind of like refining what you already know?
Well, every fight is kind of similar. Of course, guys, I love striking. I love, first fight, I was able to touch her. Second fight, I did a knockdown. So my goal in the third fight is to finish the fight.
And, I think the expectation is that the trilogy will happen in the Sphere, for Mexican Independence Day. What are your thoughts on that? Is that exciting to have this kind of extra historic moment? Already made some in the last fight, but in this venue that they're planning to do?
Well, I hope this is true. I mean, I would love to fight there. It will be awesome. And, with the show, with finish in the Sphere, I mean, it will be the best scenario.
Of course. Thanks, Alexa.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm just curious. It's not often you see women coaching all men, even just in general in MMA. I'm wondering if that's something that you've had to consider, that there may be potential issues or challenges that you're not used to.
Well, I've been coach for a long, long time. I started with my uncle and with my dad. We started the gym. It was Team Grasso Extreme Training. So it just throws me back for those days. I used to teach kids. I used to teach women. I used to teach teenagers. Now in my gym, I'm with this experience I've had in the UFC. I have a lot of teammates that are males, so I know how to motivate them. I know I have some things that can share with each one of them, and like I said, I know how important these fights will mean for each one of them, so I'm committed that I can do something to help them to achieve their goals.
I know too, when it was announced, that some fans were shocked. Why are there no women that they're coaching? And it's not something you hear when it's two men coaching women. Why do you feel like it's such a shock for fans to see that?
Well, of course, it's different. Women has less time fighting and any sports, voting, deciding. We have less time doing a lot of things, but I'm happy and I truly feel amazing for the opportunity that UFC gives to all of us. They are allowing us to be main event, co-main events. Now TUF coaches is just for team of women here in the TUF. So you can show how women are evolving, how good we are, and it just makes me feel proud of every single woman who fights, because now this means a lot.
Have you had a chance to see the cast at all and do a little bit of research? And do you have some people in mind that you want to pick, or has that been kept away from you?
I can't speak about that, but I made my research. I studied a lot, like I do. But yeah, it's gonna be great cast.
Thank you.
Who do you plan on, most times when people think of the head coaches, it's always the extra coaches as well that people are very interested in who you're going to bring. So who are you going to bring along on this coaching journey?
My coaches are Francisco Grasso, my head coach, Alessandro Costa, our Jiu-Jitsu black belt coach, Colin Days, wrestling from Canada, and Jose Hodler, our striking coach too.
Now, is the Ultimate Fighter a show that you still watch? A lot of fighters have been making their way up through the Contender Series, but it was the Ultimate Fighter, which is what really got people interested in the UFC, the stories. Do you still watch the Ultimate Fighter, and what do you love about the Ultimate Fighter show?
Well, yeah, of course I watch it. It's interesting for me. It's different because you can see the history of each one of the athletes that come here. That I've seen, a lot of stories that they live a lot of important things to be able to be here to try just one. It's just one opportunity. So it's just like a coin. Like every single guy in here has one opportunity to do their best. So it's amazing. They are in a house. They also have food, funny things to do. You can choose, if you have fun or you commit. So I love the show. It's interesting.
Well, speaking of that, what's your advice going to be to your fighters when it comes to how they react and how they live in the house? Because like you said, some take it to the extremes and others are more reserved. What is your general advice going to be for your fighters?
Well, like I said, I've been in a team, with my team for so long. There have been guys that come, others leave, and other news. Some have stayed, and I think I will do the same in my team. We know how to work, we know how to train, we know how to be friends too, because it's a family. At the end of the day, we have to help each other to climb. Someone push, someone pull. So I think that's the most important thing we're gonna do with our team.
And last for me, obviously getting the belt was a huge pinnacle for your career, but where does becoming a coach for the Ultimate Fighter rank in your listing of great achievements with this organization?
Well, I've been accomplished a lot of things that I dreamed of. First was to be on a poster, just me. Then to win a championship, and of course it was a dream to be Ultimate Fighter coach. So it happened, and it talks a lot about the job I'm doing, But not just me, also Valentina. We have a great history. We are doing amazing things. So like I said, women are working super hard, and I'm proud of that.
Alexa, I wanted to actually ask you one more thing about how's it been doing the commentary? I know you've been doing that recently.
Well, it's amazing. I love to watch fights. I love to study, and I think that helped me a lot to improve my game too. And I don't know, just I've been having a few surgeries the last year, so sometimes you think okay, I'm 30 right now, you're not too young. I mean, I'm young, but you're like, oh my God, I'm not that young now. And when every time I got hurt, it's more time to recover, more therapies, and I don't know, just being a commentator is just maybe the plan B if when I'm retired. I'm not thinking about that right now, but if I have to retire at some point, that will happen at some day. But it's cool. I love the sport. I love to be here in the fights, watching, learning movements and everything. So it's great. I love to be part of the commentator team too. Thanks.